Hello Year 3 and welcome to your English video. It is Thursday the 25th of February 2021 and today what we're going to do, we are going to use a dictionary to check unfamiliar words and establish meaning by referring to the text. And that sounds really complicated, but what it means is that we're going to be looking at some of those pound words and finding the meanings out, okay? So let's have a think about what has happened in the story so far. So I'll get my text box up here and let's think and recap about the story. So the first thing that happened was that the Iron Man was stood at the top of the cliff, wasn't it? Wasn't he? Stood at the top of the cliff. There we go. And then what happened, Year 3? He fell, didn't he? He fell. And the word tumbling was in there, tumbling down the cliff, and all of his body parts fell off. Fell off. There we go. Right, the next thing that happens then was that there was a hand and it lay on a washed up seaman's boot, and then the seagulls came and found it, didn't it? So a hand from Iron Man lay on an old washed up seaman's boot. There we go. Then the next thing is that the seagulls found an eye. So just one eye. And then what happened was that the eye found the right hand and it managed to attach itself. It picked it up and attached it. So the eye and hand attached themselves to one another. Sounds very bizarre, this, doesn't it? Then what happened was that an arm was found, and then another eye was found. I'm going to really go through this quickly. And then there was a leg found, and then, and I'm going to write, and another leg found. There we go. Then there was an ear found, and then his chest was found, his giant, I'll have to scroll down, giant torso found. And that is the chest from up here to your belly. So giant torso found. But there was an ear missing, and the Iron Man thought that the sea had stolen his ear. So an ear missing, and I'll write that down, but the Iron Man thought the sea had stolen, Okay, so that is a bit of a recap of the story so far. Let's go on to the next bit. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to be looking at some of those amazing £1 words the other day. And if you remember, those £1 words are those words that really grab your attention. They sound amazing. So instead of saying sad, you could say upset, mortified. There's lots of different words you can use. Instead of saying falling, you could say tumbling, crashing. So I've chosen the word today from the book, and it is the word hollow. So I'll pop that on here now. Hollow, just like this. And I'd like you to choose your own words. I'd like you to choose 3 of them, okay? This isn't working what I was expecting it to. Won't be a second. There we go. So I'm going to be looking at the word hollow. And what we're going to do, we are going to use this. Now, this is a semantic map. And we've used these before in school, but it says it has different questions on, and you can use definitions and things like that. So we'll go through it all together. So it says here, write your word here. So let's write the word hollow. There we go. Now it says, have you heard the word before? Now I have heard the word before, so I'm going to write yes. And then it says, where have you heard it? Well, I've heard it in books, in videos, with people describing certain things. So that is that next little bit there. So I've done 2 sections of it already. Then it says, what do you think this word means? Well, this is what I think this word means. And when you're doing this, this will be what you think these word means. What you think the words mean, sorry. So in here, what I'm going to do, I think the word hollow means that when something is empty inside something else. So if I have my Terry's chocolate orange box here, there's nothing inside it, it's quite hollow. I could put something in it, but there's nothing else. So when there is an empty gap, I'm going to say, empty gap inside of an object. So that is how I would kind of describe the word hollow. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go on to Word Hippo. Now we know that Word Hippo is an online dictionary and we can find out the dictionary definition. So let's have a look at that. So you can see now that I've got Word Hippo up, and what I'm going to do, it says here another word for it. I'm not looking at another word for it. I'm going to look for the definition and the meaning. So the meaning of, I'll click on this and then I'm going to type in the word hollow, okay? Now there's different suggestions there. I'm going to look at the one that I've spelt and right, find it. Now, there's lots of different definitions. There's the noun, the verb and the adjective. So I'm going to look and think of what the word hollow might mean in the Iron Man story. So let's have a look. It says noun, a small valley between mountains. That's not what I'm looking for. A sunken area or unfilled space in something solid. Now that's kind of what I was describing, isn't it? So it could be that one. You could, to make a hole in something, I could have a pile of soil and I could dig a hole in it and then it would be hollow. So that's kind of the same as well. As an adjective, having an empty space or cavity inside, that's kind of like the noun here, the sunken area or unfilled space. So I'm going to have having an empty space or cavity inside. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back to that sheet and I'm going to add it on. So I'm back with my sheet and I'm going to add having an empty space or cavity inside, which is kind of like what I've said here. I'm quite impressed with myself. Then it says, what other words mean the same? So let's go back to Word Hippo, right back to the home page, and let's see what this is. So remember, we're looking for words that mean the same, what other words mean the same. So it says here another word for it, and I'm going to type in the word hollow here and press find it. So if I scroll down, there's so many different words. Now, not all of them will mean the same. Okay, so thinking about the definition that we had, that something has a cavity inside it. So what could I have? There's sunken, yes, that kind of means the same. Excavated, yes, when something's been excavated, dug out. An unoccupied space, yeah, that sounds a good one. Let's have a look at some of those. Deep, yeah, it could be a deep hole, couldn't it? Let's have another little look. No, they don't really mean the same. So I'm going to go with sunken and unoccupied. So let's go back to the sheet now. So I'm back on the sheet. Let's write it here. Another word that means the same. So it was sunken. And let's write unoccupied. What was it? Unoccupied? Unoccupied. There we go. Now, this next bit here, it says, read the sentence with the words in, okay? So I could read the sentence with the word hollow in, and I could have a look in the book myself, and I bet I could find it. I did not long see it. Where was it? Oh, here. The eyes on top of the head appeared for a moment in a hollow of the swell. So that was the sentence there. Then it says, read the sentence prior to the word appearing. The head still moved out underwater. And it's a little bit tricky for you to do this, But you could always rewatch the video and see if you could find those amazing words that you have found. So what I would like you to do, I would like you to do 3 of these, okay? I'll put the template of it on the class website, but I'll also put 3 of these on Class Dojo so that you can just edit them and then send it straight to me. It'll be a little bit easier for you that way. So once you've done that, you can just send it straight off. Any problems, year 3, please just send me a message. Remember to use those amazing pound words that you have looked at over the past couple of days. Okay, superstars, good luck, and I'll see you soon. Bye.